The world is being cluttered with trash. There's an entire island in the ocean made of garbage we throw away. How can we be more responsible? At Second Chance Items, we are giving the things we normally just throw away a new life. We specialize in,
Bicycles, fancy dresses, advertising memorabilia,
but the planet is in big trouble, so we also sell.
half a case of bottled water, empty liquor bottles for craft projects, wrapping paper remnants.
That's all great, but Second Chance Items are dedicated to saving the planet. So we're going all in.
Band-aids reclaimed from pool drains, part of a block of cheese, wet socks, gently used toothbrushes, my dead bird, deglazed hams, phones without caller ID, unwanted pregnancies, glassware with lipstick still on it, audiobooks of people chewing with their mouths open, unedited nudes of Mary Todd Lincoln, emptied beanbag chairs, signed headshots of Rosie O'Donnell, 3 vials of anthrax, 3 vinyls of anthrax, indoor wicker furniture.
Second Chance Items, giving things a second chance, giving planet Earth a second chance. What's going on, Empire? The Stupid Talking Stupid on the DVM Production Empire. I'm Patrick.
And I'm Bear, and we were the stupid, so you don't have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, just look at
Did it.
how stupid Patrick's face is. Can you believe anything looks so stupid? I mean, I can't believe it.
Stores.
You thought you were safe this week, Patrick?
There she is.
He's always gonna come out.
No good.
I gotta have a tax write-off for this microphone I paid to mount to the ceiling for some reason.
That doesn't seem to work.
Does it? Is this thing? It's debatable if it's even on.
It's not connected.
You don't know that for sure. All right. Just because you don't hear it as much doesn't mean it's not actually connected to anything. Okay. Thank you.
You done?
I don't
He's like, hold on a little bit more.
I don't know.
Look at that. That's right. Your mom thinks I'm cute.
She said handsome.
That's true.
That's what people say about ugly women.
That is that is awesome.
Patrick,
I was talking today about
handsome woman.
I went to breakfast with a friend, and literally, because like all the breakfast places have such cutesy goddamn names. You know, like there was Stacks on 59, and there's Excellent and Exciting, and I'm just like, fuck. You know what? I go, I want to make a restaurant. I want to call it called fucking pancakes. You know, just so that people are like, what are you thinking? I want fucking pancakes. You know, and then it'll be right next to, like, it'll be 24 hours. It'll be right next to my bar called Your Mom's. So people are like, oh, where'd you end up last night? Oh, I was at your mom's like all night.
And then I got some fucking pancakes.
And then I got some fucking pancakes.
And then I started
sells itself.
Started a taxi service called That Bitch, and I'm like, yeah. And then That Bitch took me home.
Okay,
your mom's got some fucking pancakes, and That Bitch took me home. What? I swear, I just gave my money to the local economy.
Right?
Not chains.
I'm trying to help out. I'm trying to help out a local business. Right?
It may not be a chain, but everyone knows your mom's.
That's right.
It's pretty
T-shirts alone would be great.
The amount of STDs that get passed around inside of your mom
gets on the news. Gunshots fired at your mom's today.
Oh no! What happened to my mom? The unfortunate thing is that could be true. She lives in a bad area. Mm-hmm. So yeah, let's speaking of being in a bad area, Patrick, have you ever been to jail?
No. Never been arrested.
I know you know that there's one person that's been to jail. What you want?
I know a couple people that have gone to jail.
Well, I'm more thinking of a fun story.
We always say college. Like someone had to go over the weekend. I'm like, oh, they're away at college.
You had to go to college for failed child support.
Right.
No, there's the story of the toll violator.
Oh God. That was just, and I think he was the only person to ever go. He was violating tolls, and so he had all this like It's essentially an outstanding warrant. I remember I had to drop him off, and then we were like, and then because it was like a holiday weekend, there was no judge there till Tuesday, so we went to visiting hours on Monday, and it was the best because I'm just like my hand up against it, like, put your hand. They're like, don't touch the glass. I'm like, sorry. And he was wearing like a jumpsuit. It was like 2 sizes too big. He's already a big dude. I was like, who are these jumpsuits for? And so, like, not only is he in jail for something stupid, but like he's like being heckled about his weight on the other side. And I was like, you're already huge. Look at this. And then I was like, all right, well, we gotta get going. We're going to Portillo's. And then the best was that I picked him up, and he came back to the house, and I was like, dude, you're like hungry? He's like, yeah, they took my lunch. I'm like, what? He's like, I go, what was it, like hamburgers? He's like, yeah, I had 2 cheeseburgers, and they like came and grabbed it from me, and they're like, you're getting out today. And I was like, oh, that's true. He's looking over his shoulder.
2 cheeseburgers.
And they called him 40 Cent. It was the best. But he went in front of the judge, and the judge is like, I'm sorry, you've been in where all weekend? They were like, he's like, lock up, Your Honor. He's like, for toll violations?
Why would they even go to that? Like, what
I don't know.
He shows up, he's like, I'd like to pay this. Like, nah, you're gonna have to go to jail real quick.
No, it's because he hadn't paid it. There was like no mechanism for that at the time, and now there is. And I always like to think it was because of him.
They're like,
he
we
spent
should
all
really
day. He spent 3 days in
do something about this.
Lock up because it's so great. And then we had another friend who worked for us. She went, and that was fun too, in a way, because she's like, you remember. I don't want to say her name.
Describe why they went to jail.
I think it was probably driving related.
You want to put it in the private chat so I can?
Yeah, I will do that
because I don't remember this right now.
I always felt so bad because like it was like the night before she was gonna go, and like we were at the bar, and of course you're not gonna get like a lot of a sympathy from us. So it was just joke after joke, and then her now husband, he's like, I don't want to hear any more jokes about it. I'm like, oh my goodness, okay.
Say, okay, well, I'm telling not to fuck around and find out.
And I remember too, it was my birthday. I'm like, are you really yelling at me on my birthday?
I may be ridiculing your wife, but it is my birthday.
Well, they weren't married yet.
No, I know.
Don't do illegal shit. I'm sorry. How to avoid jail? 1, don't do illegal shit. 2, repeat.
I had an employee when I worked at a retail place. We were doing ad set on Sunday mornings. It starts at 6 a.m. I get a phone call at like 5:30 saying, hey, I was arrested for DUI. Do I still have to come in? I was like, yep. Are you serious? Yep. Someone's got to do your job. Just because you decided to drive drunk doesn't mean we don't need this shit done. She showed up, did her work, and didn't say a fucking word the entire time. But you know what? The job got done. I'm like, what? Oh, yeah, I guess you could take work off because you got a DUI.
You want a vacation? Like, what do you want? Yeah, you know what? Take the week.
Yeah, I've had a hard night.
Pretty sure you're going to need the hours. Pretty expensive.
No, it worked out in her favor. It
got
thrown out.
There's no reason anymore. Like, there's times that I'm just like, I'm feeling like maybe a little, like, I'm like, screw it, lift. I'll be back in the morning.
I remember the first time I got an Uber. I went to a wedding, a mutual friend's wedding.
Yeah,
it was Keening.
Yeah.
So we went there, and I was just gonna have a couple drinks and then go home, like over a few hours. I am at the table after just like the initial greeting time. We sit down at the table, and then everyone on the table is like, "Oh, you're gonna get hammered tonight. You don't get to leave. Download Uber right now." I had to download Uber at the table to get it going, just so that way I can make sure I got a ride home that night.
We Ubered to Galloway's that night.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
That was
Ugh.
because they gave us 2 bars. Like, remember we were like all the way on the corner, and I was like, "This is a bullshit table. Like, way to be on the middle of nowhere." And it turns out it's because they were going to put us like with 2 bars flanking us, which is really
Yeah.
needed for us.
Yeah.
The other one was like they're trying to protect the rest of the wedding from the onslaught of
It's like, listen,
all
these
of
are my
the
friends, but
all
also
of
I
the
can't let
bar
anyone else
workers,
near them.
all of the bar workers and everything, like all the industry people, like. But I'll never, because I sit there, I'm like, Keenan, I'm like, why are we on in the middle of Sci-fucking-beria? And he's like, it'll all make sense. And then they like wheeled into 2 bars, and I
Yeah.
see him I see him from the head table, and he's like,
It's like, oh, the bar is 8 feet to our right.
yeah. And then the other one is the other 8 feet to the left. And I
Good,
was like,
good looking out.
eh.
Anyway, the original topic of jail. Um, there is a new jail in the Swiss city of Zurich that is asking for volunteers for people who want to come in and be arrested for a few days.
Sure. You want to test run your jail?
Yeah, you want to test run your jail? Let's we get some people and just lock them up. They're not allowed to bring in any electronics. They're not going to do the strip searching, but they are going to be treated as
We're gonna
as
half-ass it.
inmates. Patrick, would you sign up to spend 4 days in jail
No.
to get the author? Not only are
Is there
they
money? How much money?
no, you don't have to pay to be a part of it, and you're not getting paid to be there.
No, I'm good. That's a
So,
hard pass.
but
That's a.
Patrick, you get a safe word, so in case you're like, "Ugh,
I'm ready to go.
I'm ready to go.
It's called home.
So the trial run will enable corrections officers to test the jail's capacity, services, and operations. They also hope the drill will clear up what they consider misconceptions about how guards, wardens, and other employees operate in such facilities. They're talking about how there's so many like bad stories about people in prison and how demanding the prison staff or demanding work the prison staff does every day. And they want to use this opportunity to show how we really work. You mean to tell me you're going to make everyone behave for 4 days and
Right.
try to make everyone believe like this is how it always is? Guys, I went to jail for 4 days.
I
So
think
I
I know a
know
thing or two. They
when
were
you're in
very
jail,
nice.
you said 30 years, it's like the same. I spent
It's
a
like 4
long
days.
weekend. I missed out on 3
I've
birthday
stayed at a
parties.
Red Roof Inn. It's kind of the same thing,
Yeah, well, that you had to pay to be there though.
right? I like
And
to see because it's funny because like the guards are all like they're all like into it because they're like tested. They're like, get over here, get up against the wall. I just you're doing very well. And everything like
you're being a model prisoner.
you're being so good. This
I
is
think
so helpful. You're helping us
think
get like everything right. Get out of here before I stick my nightstick up your ass.
you're gonna get the Gold Star participation
You're,
trophy
you're the
if
best.
you
You
keep
are
up
the
this
best.
behavior.
You're
You're
killing
nailing
it.
it. If you keep talking back, I'm gonna curb stomp you.
I'm gonna shiv you in the throat. What?
To
Hi.
voluntarily shiv you in the throat,
Crackers and
right?
cheese. Crackers and cheese. Toilet wine. Crackers and cheese. Toilet wine.
They're not gonna be there long enough to make toilet wine, Patrick. It has to ferment
Oh,
for like a week.
well, see that. Then that's not the full experience. It
It's
should
like
be 7. It should be 7 days, and then at the end they have a party and they just get railed like ah.
they get super drunk off of their toilet wine, and they get super high off of their various other things they've scrounged together. Like, well, let's just burn this and inhale the fumes.
There you go. Get
Let's
it.
just have a good time. What do
It's
books?
prison.
What do
Hashtag
books
prison
smell like?
life.
So I don't. They've already
Watch me
received.
try this electric chair. Throw it.
It's like a spa day. I'm revitalized, and I don't know math anymore. They've already received 832 applications for volunteers, and that's as of like a few days ago. So the
Nope.
numbers might have gone up. Patrick, what would it take for you to volunteer for 4 days of being in a prison?
The assurance that no matter what I did in life, I'd never have to go back.
Wow, an actual get out of jail free card.
Literal.
Damn. What if it's you can't commit any felonies?
Well, what constitutes a felony?
The things defined by the law. Like, how about a major felony? Like if you want to commit like oopsie taxation, or
No,
like
that's not worth 4 days. Like,
4 days.
you know?
I mean, I don't understand
Class
why.
X felonies in Illinois: murder, armed robbery, drug manufacturing, high quantities of drug trafficking, vacation, uh, aggravated arson, and aggravated kidnapping.
So can
Like,
you commit like passive arson? Like, I'm so sorry. I have
I'm
to
so
I have to
sorry.
burn out the building
It's
real
like,
quick. I'm so sorry. I
and
love your
what's
hair, by the way.
aggravated as it's like, you know what? I'm just having a holiday. I'm just getting a little. I'm on the edge. And he takes a crowbar. Yeah, you know
Bang!
what? Honestly, you know what? I could save that. Like, I can beat the crap out of somebody who's pissing me
Ooh.
off and be okay. I'll do 4 days. I'll do 4 days. Like,
Okay,
is
but I'll
it
tell you
real
what.
jail or is it
You're
like,
not allowed to cause permanent damage to them. You're allowed to just give them a good punching, but no permanent damage.
yeah?
If it
Because
can't get healed in 6 months, you can't do it to them.
I always thought like we should be get. I think there'd be less violence if like we were given a punch card, like
Dude,
one male, one
I've been
female.
rallying for a punch card for years.
I'm just saying, because there'd be a lot less violence. You'd be like, you know what? If I can hit you, but you're not worth the punch. I'm
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
saving it for Christmas. My
I
uncle's coming and I hate his ass.
came up with the idea for a punch card when we were playing in a beer pong tournament
Yeah.
because there was this girl that was cheating and everyone just allowed it and we lost because of it. And oh my god, she was the most annoying. And then she was bragging about it. And I was like, oh, if I was allowed one, you'd get a, but I'm not
What's the
gonna.
difference?
But
Our friend
ooh,
Earl used to say there's a difference between a misdemeanor and a felony.
and a Mr. Demeanor.
That's right.
Wait a minute.
I think it's Mrs. Demeanor, but that's all right. If she's married,
Miss,
it's Mrs. Demeanor.
Mr. and Mrs. Demeanor.
That's right.
And their child misdemeanor. Anyway. So no jail for you.
No, hard pass on that. Thanks. Thank you, though. Oh, thank you. No, 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 thank
When
you.
I first saw that, I thought of the opening of The Rock when people are
Yeah.
touring Alcatraz and people are just like, you know what?
Well, I
We're taking
mean,
it over. You guys are stuck
so
in here now for real.
when I was on prison break, like we were in like we were in the jail. Like there was the cafeteria and everything like that, and then like there were some open cells, and like there's a photo of me like in a cell.
Did they close the door?
No, not all the way.
Oh.
We were so worried that like
Dude, that's
we shouldn't have
I
been out and fucking around because we were like so worried that like that's the time. And they still have like at Joliet, although from what I hear, it's going to become a music venue. They, because
talk
they're
about Jailhouse Rock, am I right?
but no, I think Illinois is giving up, the right. They sold essentially the land and whatever, so they're going to make a music venue out of it, and that thing is just haunted as fuck. I'll never forget being called in the middle of the night to set, and I was like, yeah, when I get somebody with a flashlight over here, absolutely. But until then, nope, not going.
I don't think it's haunted.
Oh
I don't
my
believe that
god, you know how
shit.
many people have died in that thing? Like we used to hear noises. We used to hear like just the weirdest goddamn stuff. Like you'd go into the bathrooms and then like there's nobody there, but then you'd hear like somebody and I heard it once. I was in there, I was by myself, and then like all these other people were on the other side, and I heard I'm like, all right, time to get back to where all the people are.
No, not real.
Terrifying. All right,
Not
whatever.
real. But you know what is real? It is real. But you know what is actually real?
What?
The job of the century, Patrick. I know lately you've been saying you wish you could have a different job, and I found one for you.
Okay.
A Britain-based pet food company is offering more
I
than
think it's
six.
called British base, but that's cool.
No, it's based in Britain.
Okay.
They'll pay a dog owner more than $6,000 to switch their dog's food to the diet or to their diet of they make plant-based pet food, and they want you to just keep track of your dog, see how they're doing, but you have to constantly smell their poop. I want you to smell their poop every single time.
No.
How's this poop smell, Patrick? You wouldn't do it for
Smells plant based.
but describe this poop,
Well,
Patrick.
it's like $6,000
It's $6,682.82 when you do the conversion.
a week.
No, for 2 months.
Over 2 months.
Yeah, 2
Yeah,
months
I'll
worth of
smell some
work.
shit for 2 months.
You have to smell dog shit multiple times a day, potentially every day, for 2 months
I
straight.
used to work really close to you.
Yeah, that's fair.
I made it.
I did bathe in dog shit.
Oh.
Yeah, I just don't like the idea of a plant-based dog food.
Okay,
Like, don't
but
they?
what do you like about like $3,000 a month? You against it?
Not
Just
against
to
that.
go,
I mean, I just smell my baby's poop for free.
right? I was gonna say, I don't think you're gonna be squeamish about poop
Yeah, it's different though.
because you're like up to your elbows constantly.
Like when I smell my poop, I'm like, hey, there we go. I smell my baby's poop, I'm like, ooh, that smells bad, but I still love you. If I smell like my neighbor's poop, I go, you're the disgusting. Get out of my house. I don't know why they're in my house. Why are you pooping in my house? Anyway, for the job application, you want me to go ahead and start filling out your information?
Sure.
Um,
Because then I got to go to England. Ugh.
you don't have to go to England. It's just
What are they
England.
gonna get a FedEx it? They're not FedExing shit.
They could send you vouchers. They could just send over a pallet of food. They'll probably be the same price as flying you there and then back and then there and back. Just send one pallet of food. Go, yeah, here you go. Smell that poop and you tell me how it is. Also, film
Well, what's it
yourself
supposed to
doing
do to it? Like this?
They're just testing a plant-based diet because like there's a lot of people that want to give
Like if
their.
it smells like say it like because of it now it smells like Dr. Pepper, then I'm just smelling Dr. Pepper,
And it kind of makes you wonder how they make Dr. Pepper.
right?
It's just the juice of
That's why.
expressed anal glands.
There you go. That's why I'm a Mr. Pibb fan.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have the fancy degree, but he doesn't have the pretension either.
No. Speaking of lack of pretension, Patrick, when you lived in New York, would you say it was pretty noisy?
Oh yeah. It was so noisy, like we walking down the street in the middle of the night. And when I went home, yeah, I saw that. When I went home, I I went to go visit one of my neighbors, and I'm walking across the street, and if it gets like really quiet in New York, then you are probably like somewhere you should not be, because that means that there's no one around. And I used to walk across it took a good little while to get like
the funny thing is I just
used
talked
to
to
quiet areas.
I just talked to a vet yesterday, and he was talking about, I think he said it was in Vietnam. He's like, yeah, that's the thing. When it got quiet, that's when you knew there was a problem.
Yeah, but
So yeah,
like
New York now
even
and
while
Vietnam
sleeping,
at
even
war.
while sleeping, because you can hear it through the glass.
Oh sure.
Yeah.
Apparently the biggest problem facing New York right now is sex. Too noisy of sex going on up in this entire damn city. New Yorkers file as many as 75,000 noise complaints a month.
Yeah.
But call data obtained has revealed that many of the recent complaints arise from those disturbed by their neighbors' fun time adventures. From February last year to February 9th this year, the website report, the official helpline received 277 complaints about noisy sex.
Jeez.
Queens produced the most with 103. Manhattan came in second with 66. Brooklyn had 55. The Bronx 48. Staten Island only 4.
Yeah, they're like
quiet lovers out there.
Yeah, that's a quiet area. We went to Staten Island because we wanted to go to a Kentucky Fried Chicken. I remember sitting there studying, and a friend of mine comes to me. He's like, "Hey, we're going to Staten Island." I'm like, "Why?" It's like,
Yeah, why?
Kentucky Fried Chicken. I'm like, there's Kentucky Fried Chicken near Times Square. He's like, yeah, this one's got a parking lot though. I was like,
Oh, parking lot's big.
I guess. And I go, okay. And he's like, when was the last time you saw a parking lot? I'm like, no, that's true. So we took the ferry and we went over there. It was cool. It was a fun time. But you're like walking up this gigantic ass hill to, because Staten Island, you're just like, oh my God, don't tell me climb a goddamn mountain. It should be called Stanton Mountain. Jesus.
There was 56 complaints for one event. They were logged about quote unquote hippies. Now this is a sentence written in an actual news article. 56 complaints were logged about quote unquote hippies allegedly dressed up as Freddy Krueger, Pennywise, and the Easter Bunny while engaging in coital revelry as the theme song of Velveteen Dream, a pro wrestler, blasted in the background.
Cool.
Hey, it's New York, baby. What can I say?
What is it? What does that sound like? Do we know?
I didn't want to play it because of he's a bad person.
Oh, okay.
I
don't know anything about
him. Oddly enough, got accused of sexual misconduct himself. So, one neighbor claimed,
maybe they're role playing.
They're still here causing a sex mayhem. I thought it was too cold outside for an orgy party. Doesn't stop this guy. Got another complaint. To get a sense of how disruptive they are, I've slept through earthquakes and fires in my life. I couldn't sleep through this. So someone else reported, she makes the bed squeak as if it's an Olympic sport.
Like, she keeps yelling, "Here comes Peter Cottontail!" Like,
yeah.
I'm like, oh, just
on December.
Come in there, Freddie. I'll be your new nightmare. That's right.
There is some themed complaints around December 23rd last year. Resident East Harlem, Manhattan said some guy is singing Jingle Balls at the top of his voice. Another person is screaming, "Yes, Daddy, come down my chimney."
I like that they're topical. It's great.
I know, right?
What do you want to be tonight? I don't know. Tax season meets Halloween.
Ironically, there was a complaint about last spring when they did the COVID stimulus. There was one resident complained about loud banging and moaning. Heard the neighbor say, "How's this stimmy, baby?" So
man, it's almost like they pick like a good a list of words.
Yeah,
that they have to like scream during sex.
I don't know. I think it's great that they're bringing the community together, and they're.
We had our floors were like every other floor was. Like there were students, and then there were actual people living in the building. Like the one up on that I lived on 91st Street, and like this old, and then up on like because I was near the top floor. There's like this old like Mexican couple that were like just banging it out regularly, and they lived right across the hall, and
not once did they offer to join in.
Right? No, she used to sit in the hallway, like she had a chair, and I was just like, and then like it was always like awkward, especially like after a night that they were like, hi. I'm like, oh my God. And then we leave the room, and then she's just sitting there kind of in the chair, and I'm just like, don't make eye contact. Don't make eye contact.
Was it like a lawn chair?
Yeah.
So it's just like dripping down on the floor.
Gross. And then they used to, when we would have like everyone be hanging in a room or something like that, she used to call building security to come up and complain on us. And I'm like,
really?
Bitch. And they used to shake their head. I'm like, are you kidding me? Why are you kidding me? Then finally I looked at the dude once. I go, hey, you call another one of my parties? I'm like, the next time you guys are doing God knows what with God knows who. And it turned out that she was cheating on him, and then he shot her.
So the noise stopped?
I mean, yeah, but I complained about the gunshot. No, I'm kidding.
Ugh. Like, it's not.
This is the last straw.
It's not
Like,
it's not
we
continuous
won't
noise,
be
but
loud anymore.
it's one really loud noise. And if you could just tell them to not make another noise like that, that'd be great.
Yeah. I mean, there's banging going on, but it's just
It's like, listen, the
No.
murder already disrupted my TV show. If I have to listen to a suicide, I'm gonna have to rewind it.
I know.
And I'm not. The remote's on the other side of the couch.
Yeah.
So could you come talk to this guy? He's being.
Yeah.
He's pretty upset. You know how they put all those little things at the checkout lines, like little packs of gums, and like you go to Walmart,
Impulse buys.
Impulse buys, exactly.
Your horoscope.
Talk about things that aren't real.
Little horoscope tubes.
Well, this delightful lady right here, this is Rebecca. Rebecca recently tried to make an interesting impulse purchase.
It's like she could be like a QAnon congresswoman.
Well, she's from Crockett, Texas. She's 49 years old. What impulse purchase, Patrick, do you think she was trying to make?
Was it in the line? Like,
it was in the line.
An impulse purchase in the line.
The checkout line at Walmart. So you've seen all the things that they have in the checkout line.
Yeah.
What do you think she might have gotten arrested for trying to buy?
Trying to buy? Maybe she wanted those little dividers on the conveyor belt.
Sorry, Patrick, that's not correct.
What is it?
A child.
Well, was it next to the Altoids or?
Yeah, technically. I mean, so there was a woman waiting in the checkout line at Walmart when Rebecca Taylor came up to the woman's shopping cart and noticed she had 2 children inside the cart. She started to make comments about one of the women's 2 children before allegedly asking if she could buy him for $250,000. When the mother rightfully refused, Taylor decided to up the ante, said $500,000, and then she threatened to take the infant. For some reason, the mother still refused. Like, I can get both of them off my hand for $500,000. No, I guess I'll keep them. But yeah, this charming woman wanted to buy and steal a child for $500,000, and this other woman had the audacity to say, "No, I want to keep my child."
She's like, "Oh, you're a cute one. Look at you. Look at you. He is so cute. What's his name?"
Thank you. His name is Tyler.
Tyler.
Yes.
Oh, Tyler. Do you want to come home with me, Tyler? Do you want to come home with me?
No.
No, you don't want to come home with me?
No.
Well, we'll fucking see about that. How much?
I'm sorry. Are you trying to buy my baby?
How much for this baby?
My baby is not for sale.
You don't know how much money I got. How much for the baby?
Oh, you got enough money to buy my baby?
Yeah.
My baby's priceless.
Buy your baby. He is priceless, Tyler. Tyler, you want to come home with me?
No.
$200,000. I like
Bye.
I like his sass.
The kid's like, "Can I have the money?"
I like that he talks back to me. What happened to your accent when you're not talking to Tyler? Oh no.
Oh, no.
Tyler, you're coming home with me. Give me that. I'll give you a receipt.
Give me
a receipt if I want to bring it back.
I'll give you a shipping label and everything. I'm out this bitch. But you know what? It's not just on the ground that people are pulling nonsense, Patrick. No. We have stupid that is in the air. We got a little bit of plane shenanigans, Patrick.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Because this story sparked a close encounter for me. So a man was arrested last week because he decided to whip it out and pee on an airplane.
Well, how will other people know it's his?
That, you know what, that is fair. The guy, what's up?
I was thinking that it's like people, especially like nowadays, they're like always like one step away from that. Like I make the joke all the time. Like I was seeing a girl and now she's seeing some guy, and I'm just like, I'm not seeing her anymore. So you guys do whatever you want. Quit trying like, and he's like next to her, he's got his hand on her ass, and he's like, I'm like, if I wanted your girl, I'd still have your girl and everything. And so at one point in time, I looked at her and I go, is he just gonna pee on you so all the animals know that you belong to him? And she's like, stop. I'm like, you tell him to stop. Like, it was funny too because this dude goes and he like makes a big deal about it, and he's like, trying to remain friends with me. I'm like, we weren't friends to begin with. Like, I don't know what you're, what I don't know what you think are accomplishing. But what got me is he like started an anecdote, and then he goes, yeah, we saw it at the at that other bar over there when Aaron and I were there, and I was like, oh, well, good for you, cool. And so I told, at one point I tell her, and she's like, I'm like, yeah, you couldn't wait to tell me that you guys were at a bar together. And she's like, oh, you couldn't, huh? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, a real treat you got there. And then like the next night, like the next week, we're at another bar, and they're at the same one, and he told me the story again in front of her, and I was like, and that's when I left. I go, is he just gonna pee on you? So they're like, all the deer and the dogs and the cats, they just know that you're his. And she's like, stop it. I'm like, you tell him to stop it.
He started it.
I'm like, I didn't do shit. I'm like, you do whatever you want to do. We haven't seen each other for like a while. I'm just like, but yeah, it's always it's like people are just like one step away.
So at one point in the flight, Samson Hardridge, which sounds like a dude that pissed on a plane.
Yeah, right.
He got up during the flight to use the bathroom at the back of the plane. A flight attendant asked him to stand in the aisle because there's not room in the galley for him. So he decided to put his hands down in his pants and asked if the flight attendant wanted to see his stuff, which is a question that is always going to be responded with no. So if you guys are thinking about
You never know.
offering your genitals on an airplane mid-flight to a flight attendant, probably don't do that.
What if somebody
No,
like kind of
Patrick,
has a lisp and they ask for some penis?
would you like to see my peanuts? He
Okay.
the the flight attendant was like, no, I really don't want to do that. And then he's like, all right, fine. He whips his dick out in the galley and just starts peeing in the corner. He started getting upset when not only they told him to stop, but then when they told him he had to clean up his own piss. I'm not doing that.
Is there no air marshal?
I probably not until after, but yeah, they had to divert the plane, and he got in trouble with the FBI.
Yeah,
You're not allowed to do that kind of stuff.
But this was America. I thought it was America.
No,
I'm free to pee wherever I want. That's in the Constitution.
It's not America. This is Southwest.
And the Bill of Independence.
If I told you it was Southwest Airlines, would you believe me?
I would absolutely believe you.
What if I said it was Spirit Airlines?
I would definitely believe you.
Mm-hmm.
It was Spirit?
No, it was Southwest.
A friend of mine were going to travel, and she's got a voucher for Southwest because she was going to go to Vegas, and now she's not. And I'm like looking at it, I'm just like, none of these times are anything good. Like, I'm spoiled by American Airlines now. I'm just like, yeah, it's a little bit cheaper, but at the same time, like, if you're going to New Orleans, why is there a layover in Denver? Like,
I feel like that should cost you extra. No, we need to go that way. Why are we? No, guys, we're going the wrong way. Okay, fuck it. I don't think I've ever had a layover flight. And if I can help it, I never will.
I
will pay more to not have to stop somewhere.
We had an hour in South Carolina, and looks like we got a hacker or something, or a bot.
It's not a hacker, Patrick.
It's a bot.
Don't worry, it's gone.
on my phone.
It can't
My
hurt you
phone's
anymore,
over.
Patrick.
Thank you. Whew. No, but we were like coming back from Tampa, and we were in South Carolina. It was had an hour layover in South Carolina, and I was like, all right, whatever. And it was cool because we walk out, they're like, you will not be leaving this terminal. This will be the same terminal. And I'm like, cool. Why does the plane just keep going? You know, like because people had to get off, they could parachute. But we stepped out. I'm like, all right, well, let's like find somewhere to go hang out and like have something quick to drink or whatever. It's just an hour.
Yeah.
And we walk out, and there's a bar right there. And I was like,
Oh, well, that's perfect.
that was awesome. It was a lot of fun. But the only thing about it was because I have the American Airlines card now. If I am gonna end up stuck somewhere, you could spend like $60, and a person could come with you in like the Admiral's Lounge,
Ooh.
which is cool because there's food and drinks and stuff like that. But so I was like, cool, if we're gonna, because I thought we were gonna.
It's $60, but then when you get in there, do you have to pay for more stuff?
I don't know. I've never been. But I think I think all that stuff is like there, like it's in there. Especially if you're only going to be there for like a short time or something like that. They're fine. Like, you know, so it's like $30 a person to an extent. You get to hang out, and it's better because there's like, you know, recliners and couches and stuff as opposed to like those.
You don't have to.
But at the very least,
you don't have to hang out with the poors,
right? Thank you.
Ugh.
What am I, an animal?
Ugh,
But
you're looking at me.
we went, and I was like, yeah, this, because I thought this was a terrible storm. And I was looking at the radar. I'm like, there's no way we're gonna leave. We're flying. I'm like, we're gonna be stuck here. So let's find out where this lounge is.
Right.
And then next thing you know, they're like, all right, we're boarding to go to O'Hare. I'm like, really? And
I wasn't even stuck.
I've never been more terrified on a plane. Like we were getting like turbulent. I was like, oh my God. Like it was one of those nights that I was just like, we should not be up here defying the laws of physics in a giant metal death trap. Like I peed a little, and now that plane is mine.
But not in the corner.
No.
You're an adult who did it in your own pants.
Damn right.
We had
and then I asked for new pants.
We had
I'm a credit card holder. I get new pants.
We had some interesting people come to the bar a couple weeks ago.
What?
Where you know, the old song and dance of, hey, we're closed, and they're like, I just need to use the bathroom real quick. There was this person who claimed she needed to use the bathroom. I told her no, because we are now closed. You have to be out of the building. She said, well, I'm pregnant, so that's discrimination. I said, I've been telling you for 10 minutes we're closing. It's not.
It's like my favorite dude that night. You're gonna really
like,
tell me I can't go to the bathroom? Absolutely, get the fuck out.
She was like, no, I need to go. I'm like, okay, go outside and find somewhere to go because we're closed. So she's like, no, this is an emergency. She pulls down her pants and then just starts peeing in the walkway in the middle of the bar. Like, I don't think a ton came out. I think she just kind of did it, you know, for attention. But this fucking dirty ass bitch.
When was this?
This was 3 weeks ago now.
And you've been sitting on this for how long?
I didn't have a peeing story to relate.
Oh my God. I mean, that's the closest encounters of stupid.
Patrick.
Like, I mean,
you gotta have a segue.
Squirrel that in or squirrel that away, but god damn, like I wouldn't have been able to sit on someone peed in the middle of the floor story for that long.
Well, you know what?
Been like, I can't wait till Thursday. I can't wait till Thursday.
There's a lot of things I don't tell you, Patrick, because I need to save them for the show.
Dear God.
Ugh, could you imagine? We just talked and then like you just knew stuff in advance. You wouldn't be able to react. Look at how
incredulous you're being but I'm just saying, like, but there's been multiple Thursdays since it's happened.
Mm-hmm. And has it come up naturally?
Out naturally?
Exactly. Now we have a fantastic story about pee, and I've sprinkled some seasoning on there.
God, that's
and now that story is a full dish.
You got more control than me. Like, you're not being in the middle of the floor because you got control.
It happened on
I was gonna say, what night was it?
It happened like on a Friday night. No, this was a Saturday. It was a Saturday.
Still,
Yeah. No, I know. It.
like, what was the reaction from the staff? Like, I know the staff.
Oh,
Like,
there was an overwhelming. Oh my God, are you fucking serious? Because like, there's a lot of things that were like.
did you make Kinsey clean it up?
I don't know who mopped that area that night, but it was thoroughly mopped. I think it was
I would have
just
been
out of
like,
his.
well, 2 o'clock.
My watch
Thank
says
you.
fucking run, so I'm gonna get up
Look
out
at
of
that.
here.
I'm not gonna fucking do this 30. I gotta go. Oh, look at the time.
You don't understand. I told my car I'd be out here, so it's waiting for
It's
me.
moving. Sorry.
Sorry, boys. I don't want to go either, but I don't want it to drive off without me.
I'd love to stay and help out, but I don't want to.
My hands are tied. You know, a little bit of a traveling shenanigans down on the ground. A cool life hack that works up until the moment it doesn't. A Washington State Patrol officer
It's called a
had
pacemaker.
had to pull someone over because they were in the POV lane. You know, it's like, hey, there's
Carpool.
everyone's sharing this car, so we could drive in the fast lane by ourselves because we as a group are using this car
Because we love the environment.
Yes. Here is his friend that was sitting in the car with him.
Nice.
That is a skeleton that he's been dressed. He dressed him in his own clothes and just put him in the scene.
And things like Steelers.
I mean, you can, if you're gonna do all this, potentially get a really expensive ticket. Why don't you go to the Halloween store and get a mask of like just a person's face, and then
like
put
Bill
like
Clinton, you know?
Yeah, and then put a fucking mask over his face. I was like, oh yeah, they're just we're driving in the car together wearing a mask. Like it's just a safety thing.
Really still.
And put sunglasses on. Like you gotta try a little bit. I know he's just napping on the way to work. Yeah, I know.
He's fine. Yeah, no, that is Bill Clinton.
Yeah.
Don't wake him. Don't wake him. He's
picked up a part-time gig.
Big Steelers fan. Steelers!
Yes. All right. Now, it was too late to make a Valentine's Day gift guide, but we do have an item that you could get for, I don't know, St. Patrick's Day. A New York-based auction house that specializes in sports memorabilia. When I say specialized, it's almost entirely sports memorabilia. We do have some fun things to look at, though.
Okay.
It's called Leland's. Have you heard of that?
Sounds familiar.
So one of the pieces they have on up for auction right now is a cigar that was smoked by Michael Jordan. I know it sounds super fancy.
Is it going to make me a better basketball player?
No, Patrick. That's what practice is for.
No.
Yes.
I ain't got all that time for that. It's going to be good.
So here we go. We have Michael Jordan smoked cigar with photo proof. It is currently at $550. You get this
as if there was no other cigar like that they could just kind of.
I know.
Like, look at this. It's a photo of somebody holding a cigar.
This description, they're really trying to up the word count on an essay that they're turning in on the 11th hour.
Okay, where are they from? Do we know?
Where the cigar or the person or
the person?
Well, this it's done by I believe it's done by the actual listing website. I think you have to send the items in.
I was gonna say, can you make that like bigger at all?
They refer to them as the There we go.
There you go.
It's
Here, I can just read it. Our what? Our consigner was it? Our consigner was at an Arizona resort last fall. The same weekend, Michael Jordan happened to be there for a charity golf event. After crossing paths with MJ, woohoo, MJ, the consigner asked Michael if he'd be able to stop and take a picture. Before taking a photo, he put out a cigar in an ashtray, snapped a quick picture, and went about his day. After noticing Michael had left the cigar in the ashtray, our consigner decided to take the cigar along with her.
So you just see someone smoking, you're like, I'm gonna go ahead and take that.
Yeah.
Dibs. That's mine.
See
Your
this?
trash is mine now. I'm gonna go ahead and
Michael
sell it.
put his mouth on it. That's right. The goat.
Yeah, it started off at $500. Someone has bid on it, so someone is going to buy this stupid fucking cigar. But this
Yeah, because
isn't
it's like,
the
who's to
only
say they
things.
didn't burn a cigar to make it look like one in a photo?
So when you're looking at the website, there are a substantial amount of like baseball cards. There's photos. There's a couple of like trophies and rings. But I found a few other items that I thought would be interesting.
Oh, goat.
Um, for instance, we have the Antonio Brown game used meltdown left glove. You know, the
Oh,
game
there you
that
go.
Antonio Brown ripped off all of his clothes and threw them into the stands. This is the left glove from that game. The current bid is at $412. So someone wants a little bit of freak out history.
I know, but how do you know it's not just a Nike?
I don't know, Patrick. How do you know? How will I know if this is his glove? It's kind of hard to
Is that like
make it
Aaron
official.
Neville singing?
You- Another piece of interesting history we got here. We have Kyler Murray's Snickers Hungriest Player of the Game gold chain by Ben Baller. Patrick,
That's
remember how
cool.
you were saying you wish you could have a chain with like Snickers Hungry on it?
Dude. And it's made of gold, like with diamonds and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'd wear the fuck out of that.
Okay, well, do you have $20,000?
I mean, not on me right now, but
Okay, well, can you
I can go to the bank.
get it?
I go to the bank and
Because
ask nicely.
they only got like 9 days left on this auction, and if this is gonna
I want
be a
the
piece,
necklace.
this is gonna be a piece of stupid history.
Dude.
What a
Yeah,
tax write-off, am I right?
I'd wear the crap out of that right now. I'd be like,
Wear it every episode. Be like, what? I buy it for the company.
I'd be like, give me
Tax
those
write-off.
glasses. Give me those glasses. It's going with the necklace.
Then we also have. No, there we go.
I already saw that, stupid.
This one, the 1976, the Jackson 5 family signed photograph with proof of signing on a sports memorabilia page. We have an autograph of the Jackson 5.
Oh, God. Yeah. And it just says Jackson 5. I think they all held the pen.
Yeah. It's like if Voltron signed this. And finally, my favorite piece on here. I want to get it. The Rocky IV Platinum Record Award. So it's the soundtrack or the album for Rocky IV. It's a platinum record. Patrick.
And that went platinum?
It went platinum apparently. And you could buy it for $200.
That's it?
$200 you can have this.
Holy
I don't know.
crap.
I don't know how the fuck this is. I don't understand it. It's amazing, but the hit album included 2 singles that made the top 5 Survivors recording of Burning Hot and James Brown's rendition of Living in America.
And Eye of the Tiger.
I'm just saying this is what it's saying on here.
I know what I'm saying. And Eye of the Tiger. Presented
to Andrew Govastos to commemorate the sale of more than 1 million Scotty Brothers Records album and cassette Rocky IV. Oh man, he was
how many tracks was on that? Does it say anything?
No, it doesn't.
9.
That was
this
it.
Thing went platinum. There's 9 songs on the thing.
But it had some bangers on there.
One of the duet is Double or Nothing is done by Gladys Knight and Kenny Loggins.
Oh man.
It's changing.
That's so good.
This thing's going platinum. Gonna be the
See now, Patrick, this is something I want for my birthday. If you can go ahead and buy this from
wait, is Rocky 4?
It's the one with Russia.
Is it
if you could change and I could change, everybody could change. my movie accurate quote.
Yeah.
Ooh. I need to do. We're gonna have to skip a couple things because
Good wait.
Patrick, you know who we haven't heard from in a while? Our good
Philip and Evelyn.
Hey Timmy. Hey Timmy, how you doing, champ?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, are you feeling good today?
No, everything hurts.
I know.
Like, see my hair?
What
My,
hair?
I know. My hair, like the roots are still there. They're just not growing anymore, but it hurts.
Oh,
Like my hair hurts, and I don't even have it.
that's probably a
It's called,
byproduct of
the doctor calls it
vacation.
phantom hair.
Yeah, I can understand that. Now
I'm ready
listen,
to die.
now you remember how we offer to give you that life-saving treatment if you could just, complete some Guinness World Records?
I mean, yeah,
I know it's 2 doses. We gave you the first dose so you could have a
I'm
normal
pretty,
body back and you could complete these tasks.
I'm pretty
But
sure
then
all I needed was a polio vaccine, but that's okay. Don't worry about it.
and if we would have and if you have the second dose, then you'd be fully cured. But if you
Yeah,
only have the first dose, it'll just revert back to this, and apparently
yeah.
now your hair will hurt.
Like you have both doses. I don't understand why I don't
I
have it.
know. Well, we gave you one
Okay,
because we wanted to see if you could complete these Guinness records.
okay, and I've done so many.
I know,
Okay.
and to do 3 of them all in one day like
Oh
Code
wow.
3,
this has been amazing.
836.
Oh,
Code 3, room 836.
so remember
Code
how
3,
you were on
room
a
836.
pogo stick
Uh
and you
huh.
solved 210 Rubik's cubes?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive.
Thank you.
And then after that, you held the plank position for a minute, and you
Yeah, that
caught
was really
65 balls thrown to you with alternating hands.
that was really hard with the IVs like surrounding me and the iron lung.
I know. I
Like to
figured,
do the plank and the iron lung, I was just like trust me.
and the fact that you were able to do 22 pull-ups in 1 minute from a flying helicopter,
Yeah, that was
which is
rough.
simply amazing.
Yeah, I was
Um,
thinking to myself with all the money spent on these things, like I could have gotten treatment. I'm just
I know,
but
and that's the crazy
okay.
thing is, turns out we had it in the
So
cabinet this whole time. I just
we're cool. So I'm ready.
Code green.
Okay. So here's the problem, Timmy.
Cancel code
Um,
green.
Oh,
Cancel
sorry, that's
code
some
green.
blood.
You may have solved 210 Rubik's Cubes while bouncing on a pogo stick, but a Nova
Uh-huh.
Scotia teen managed to do 211. He saw me post about you on a Rubik's Cube message board about how I was like, this is amazing. This little boy who's sick is going to go for 210 Rubik's Cubes. And he
Yeah.
saw this and he said, you know what? I'm going to learn how to do this because I'm inspired. You
I've
inspired him.
I've asked you constantly not to post these things because then all that happens is you say I'm gonna get better, and then if somebody comes and does like one more, like this is bullshit.
Well, Timmy, I mean, we haven't even talked about the Idaho man that managed to do the plank and crab 66 balls.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Okay.
found out from my live stream when you
See
were
why?
when you were
What is your
doing it.
what is your fucking problem? Like I'm not even entirely sure I'm like not being kept sick, like that little kid in like six cents. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
But like I'm pretty sure you're doing this to keep your web traffic going on your Timmy like Guinness Book of World Records site. Because here's the thing, like when I came in here, I was 9, and I still look the same 5 years later.
Yeah, it's because you're sick, Timmy.
No, I just give me the anecdote.
I can't because an Armenian athlete managed to do 23 pull-ups in 1 minute from a flying helicopter. After I specifically sent him a message asking him if he could take his helicopter up in the air and try to get one more than you. But
God
now,
damn. So, am I still get? Can I still have the?
oh
Can I still have the vaccine?
no, we split it 3 ways and sent it to all the winners, rendering it useless.
Why is that a thing? Like, I don't understand.
I don't know why. I love Timmy bits so much.
It's just the best. Like, why are the two connected? It's like, why?
They don't have to be, but oh, do they have to be?
This is the worst orderly ever. Oh, are we doing another checking in with Timmy?
Oh no, I'm sorry. I was just
You're the
reverting back
worst.
to this stuff because it's enough to make you want to blow up the world.
Just kill me. Blow
Oh,
it up.
Timmy.
Up,
So you
Davila O'Neill is back.
Huh?
Davila O'Neill is back. Said it was blocked. You didn't block it. It found a
one?
way around. See, I told you it was a hacker.
Mm,
Anyway.
no, it says an error occurred. Try refreshing the page. So it's having an error. It's the same as this fucking thing. It'll never go away. Every single
Damn
time
right.
I try. Every
Goes
time I
for
try to delete it.
life.
Every
Can you
time I
edit
try to
it?
delete it,
Can
it
you
will
edit
not
it?
go away.
Can you edit the text that's there now?
No.
Not at all.
All I can do is change the order of where it's at in the.
I want to add for life.
If I could, I would, Patrick. I literally cannot do anything
This
to
means
it
you
other
got to
than what's
find more
wrong.
goat news. Like,
I try.
I'm
I don't
sure
know if
there's
you
a
know this, but
website.
there's some shit going on in the world. Half
Yeah.
of these stories are from previous weeks that I saved because you can't find stupid news when there's a war going on. It is hard to find the stupid stuff because news outlets actually have real news to report. They don't have to revert.
Is the is this a is this about like the war, like the thing you're about to do?
No.
Like, no, okay, because I have one.
Oh,
I
you have a red light.
Yeah.
Oh, Patrick, you go first.
Just when you think Elon Musk is a evil piece of shit, he moved like his entire satellite array over Ukraine so that because Putin turned off their internet, and he's like, "Nah, they can still have internet. I'm just gonna move this entire satellite array and move it over Ukraine so that they can have internet." And you're like, "Man, what are you planning?" You know. My other favorite thing about that was they took down all the mile markers and all the signs, and they only left up the digital ones that say "fuck you, Russia." And they asked Google if they could turn off their map, like to take their map off of it, so that they couldn't find their way to Kyiv. Like, how useless of a military do you have to be? There's this great TikTok out there, and the guy comes out, he speaks, he's speaking Russian to them, and he's like, well, where are you from? They're like, Russia. He's like, do you he's like their tank has broken down.
Yeah.
He's like, he's like, basically they're like, he's like, where are you going? They're like, Kyiv. He's like, are you hearing anything from there? He's like, yeah, you're losing. And he's like, I can help tell you guys back, but I can only take you back to Russia. And then he drives away, and you hear them all going, oh. I'm like, good Lord. Nobody knows why they're there.
But the red light that I wanted to bring up is California is about to test its first solar canals. This is the project. Okay. I believe I talked to you about this before, where they want to line the canals in California with solar panels.
Okay.
And it's going to be beneficial in multiple ways. So they have about 4,000 miles of canals in California. By covering them with solar panels, it'll help reduce the evaporation of water, which California is in like a stupid fucking drought. Like it's a desert.
Yeah,
mostly, and they're like, we have no water. We're being reckless with it. I don't understand why we don't have it. So it'll help reduce the evaporation of the water. Mm-hmm. It's also going to obviously produce energy from the solar aspect of it, but by keeping they're looking to hold on, where is it? So the solar panels would save more than 65 billion gallons of water annually by reducing the evaporation. That's enough to irrigate 50,000 acres of farmland or meet the residential water needs for more than 2 million people. they could provide some 13 gigawatts of renewable energy capacity, which is about half of the new sources the state needs to add
Yeah.
to meet its clean electricity goals.
They're like, we won't need water.
The solar panels will reduce evaporation, like I said, and because water heats up more slowly than land, the canal water flowing beneath the panels could help cool them, which
Yeah.
effectively boosts production of electricity by up to 3%. So it's like a symbiotic relationship of the panels helping
Yeah.
the water helps the panels. And all you're doing is just creating more energy. And not only that, but if you build the solar panels over the canals, this is already land that's being used for a specific thing. So you're not
Right.
forfeiting other land, cutting down, like fucking with
Right.
other nature. Like you're just putting it over these canals. So you're freeing up land to just, I don't know, have green stuff on it. It doesn't want to kill everyone. You put concrete everywhere, you're just gonna fucking kill it all off.
Yeah, bitches.
And another thing is
And furthermore,
so in India, developers have been building solar canals since 2014. They've learned that shade from the panels helps limit the growth of weeds that block drains and restrict airflow. So these canals that go through, having the sun on it constantly can help build up shit that'll clog it and
so
fuck with the water flow.
let's see
So
a
what?
picture. I'm getting it to an extent. Like, so okay, so so it protects the canal.
Yeah,
Like it protects the water. Okay, cool.
yeah.
That's so cool.
I mean, it's a fantastic idea. Um, that I don't understand why it's not something that can't be done fucking everywhere. That's got. I'll show you.
Because it's not
Look at that.
because you need
These
fuel.
solar panels that go over the water keeps the water safe. It doesn't fuck with the land, so you can have all this farmland around it for any kind of things you're using it for. It looks like they're using it for actual agriculture, or
Because
because like
the oil companies pay huge money so that they stop this shit.
oh sure,
It's crazy. Like everyone's like, turn back on the Keystone Pipeline, and I'm like, it's never on. Like it's not yet been operational. If it did, we'd be fine. Yeah, in years.
Yeah.
Shut up. Like you don't know shit. Stop talking.
I'm always a big fan of people and organizations doing things to try to better the earth. Better.
Like the guy that cleaned an entire lake with a device.
Yeah,
dude.
There's it was a really long story, and it was less informative and more of someone's like it almost felt like a personal blog, so I didn't really go through it. But there was a whole village in like Kenya where they spent the last like 5 years regrowing like a forest, and it was like because all the heavy rains that they had in that specific area would lead to flooding and everything because there was no like trees and shit to help direct the flow of water and like keep it along the river. So everything would just overflow and flood all the time and just fuck people's crops over. So now they got it. Oh,
Matthew.
there he is.
Little late.
Matthew, we're wrapping up.
Gotta watch the real late. Gotta watch the gotta watch the playback.
Playback will be available. I don't know how fast playback is available.
I don't even know. I've never watched it.
Because I know when you upload a video onto like Facebook, it's like, all right, you uploaded it, but we're gonna render for a while, so fuck off. We'll let you know.
And what time is it in? I can't remember where he is. Is he in?
You don't remember?
No, I know, but what part? Like, there's different,
No, there's not. It's just one big part.
It's just one big time zone.
One big area.
It's 6:30 a.m.
Called Australia.
So, wow, yeah, that sucks. Sorry.
Well, it's weird because it's only 5:11 here, right? So he's got a 20-minute differential as well.
I know.
Ugh.
Enjoy your day.
He's towards the edge of the time zone, so it gets a little wobbly. So.
Where is it, Matthew? What area?
Yeah, just dox yourself real quick.
Yeah.
Oh man.
we'll have to wait for him. But
Well, yeah. While he's doing that, we'll
taking a long time. Tell us where. Give us your address.
probably because he doesn't want. Yeah, just come on. Let's stalk you a little bit.
Right.
Well, in the meantime,
Western Australia, Pinjarra.
You said what?
Welcome to Pinjarra.
Pangea.
Fremantle, as opposed to Costmantle.
How dare you?
Yeah.
Boo.
Australia.
Get the fuck out of here, Patrick.
Foster's Australian for terrible joke.
You can find us individually on Twitter
online.
at PatrickNewsom42. Fuck him. At Hungry as a Bear. That's me. You can find the video version of this podcast on Facebook and YouTube by searching for Stupid Talking Stupid and subscribing, following, all that good stuff. Audio versions of the podcast on all major broadcasting things. We got the iTunes, the iHeartRadio, shut your mouth, Spotify, and other apps. Follow everything about the podcast at www.stupidstalkingstupid.com.
What? See, we're getting literal shade from Pinjar. No one told you to wake up late.
Yeah.
Nobody.
I can't believe you guys didn't cater the show to me. You know what?
Got that just like a Pinjarra attitude. You know what? If you lived in Fremantle, you would have saw the beginning of the show, but because you're near, you won't. So there. Bam.
Everyone knows that. Everyone knows that.
Australian for roasted. Anyway, that's good to do it for this week.
Oh, look at that. Some appreciation.
Yeah.
Take some notes,
Thank you. He gets eaten by a wallaby. All right. So that's going to do it for this week. Stephen Talking Stupid. I'm Patrick.
I'm Bear.
I'll see you later.